Have you ever wondered if Jesus' most powerful teachings might have been kept hidden for over 2,000 years? That perhaps what he truly meant to teach is right in front of us, waiting to be rediscovered. Today, let's dive into these profound truths and explore what they might mean for each person's spiritual journey. Welcome to this journey through a unique perspective on Jesus' teachings, one that goes beyond literal interpretations and challenges everyone to see these messages as a guide to inner transformation. While many of his words are recorded in the Bible, hidden layers exist within his teachings, layers of wisdom and spirituality that were gradually overshadowed or even concealed over the centuries. Jesus' teachings are more than an invitation to spirituality. They're a call to awakening, to self-reflection, and to the search for a deeper meaning in life. But what did he truly mean when he spoke about the kingdom of God, about forgiveness, or about the narrow path? Let's explore these messages and discover how they can be applied in practical, transformative ways to everyday life. Over time, Jesus' teachings have often been simplified and presented in purely literal terms, which can limit their spiritual potential. Jesus used parables and symbolic language because his teachings were profound, layered, and required deeper reflection. The challenge is that many of these deeper teachings were adapted to fit into religious structures and doctrines. But was Jesus' true purpose to establish rules and rituals? Or was he showing an inner path, a form of spiritual transformation that transcends religion itself? Perhaps he was inviting each person to experience the divine within and discover a peace that surpasses human understanding. Today, people are often drawn away from this inner path, seeking meaning in external factors, materialism, and appearances. But Jesus taught something entirely different. He taught that the spiritual journey is an inward dive, an invitation to discover one's own essence and the divinity within each of us. One of Jesus' most profound and enigmatic teachings is, "The kingdom of God is within you." Luke 17, verse 21. This phrase is often interpreted as a promise for the future or the afterlife. But what if Jesus was actually speaking about a state of consciousness accessible in the present? This idea that the kingdom of God is an inner reality resonates with many spiritual traditions. In various Eastern practices like Buddhism and Hinduism, enlightenment and true peace are found through connecting with the inner self, where the divine essence resides. The kingdom of God can thus be understood as a state of peace and unity, where the illusions of the ego are overcome and one's true soul nature is revealed. For Jesus, the spiritual path wasn't merely about fulfilling external rituals, but rather about seeking within. His message was to encourage looking within one's own consciousness, where a peace that transcends the physical world is available to all who are open to spiritual growth. Another powerful teaching comes when Jesus says, "I and the Father are one." John 10:30. This phrase is often seen as something exclusive to Jesus. But what if he was suggesting a universal truth, that all beings, in essence, share a connection with the divine? This teaching challenges the perception of separation and individuality. Jesus wasn't only speaking of himself, but was suggesting that everyone has the potential to reach this state of unity. By affirming his union with the Father, he indicated that the divine dwells within every being. This realization invites all to transcend the ego, let go of illusions of separation, and recognize that we are expressions of the same divine essence. This concept of unity appears in many mystical traditions, like the idea of Advaita in Hinduism, which means non-duality. This teaching suggests that the sense of separation felt from others and the divine is an illusion created by the ego. In truth, we are all connected. Jesus was showing that achieving this unity is the true essence of the spiritual path. Reflecting on Jesus' teachings, such as "the kingdom of God is within you," or "I and the Father are one," reveals a new perspective on spirituality. These teachings invite each person to discover an inner peace and to live a life connected to the divine essence that resides within. These words challenge literal interpretations and reveal that spiritual transformation is something internal and profound, accessible to all who are willing to look within. By uncovering these mysteries, it becomes possible to see that Jesus was not only speaking about a future life, but was guiding people to a state of consciousness that can be experienced here and now. Another fascinating teaching is found in Jesus' reference to the eye as the lamp of the body, Matthew 6:22. He says that if the eye is single, the whole body will be full of light. This concept of the single eye is similar to the third eye found in various spiritual traditions, a point of spiritual vision that transcends ordinary sight. In Hindu philosophy, the third eye is associated with the Ajna chakra, the center of intuition and higher wisdom. Jesus' teaching here invites people to develop a spiritual vision where the world is seen with greater clarity and purity. Focusing on this inner vision allows the distractions of the material world to fall away, and reality is perceived with a higher and enlightened understanding. Here, Jesus was inviting all to seek a vision that transcends the physical world and the illusions it projects, to look for an inner light that guides and connects them more closely to the divine. In today's world, people are often encouraged to find satisfaction in material achievements and to measure their worth by external standards. Yet Jesus' teachings guide in the exact opposite direction. He calls people to look within, to find peace, joy, and purpose through connection with the divine. For example, when Jesus speaks about loving others, he encourages a sense of shared humanity, highlighting that everyone is part of the same spiritual body. This practice of unconditional love is not only for others, but also for oneself. The spiritual path requires compassion, understanding, and self-love. Forgiveness is also central to Jesus' teachings, and it goes beyond forgiving others. It includes releasing oneself from the weight of guilt and bitterness. This act of forgiveness is a form of spiritual healing, essential to finding inner peace. In a fast-paced, competitive world, remembering the power of forgiveness and kindness can help everyone reconnect with the divine within. Following these teachings in the modern world requires courage, as it often means resisting social pressures for wealth, status, and self-promotion. Jesus' teachings remind us that a life rooted in compassion, integrity, and inner peace is the path to lasting fulfillment. In conclusion, Jesus' teachings are more than a set of words or religious doctrines. They are an invitation to a deep journey, a quest for the divine essence that resides within all. When he speaks about the kingdom of God within, he is pointing toward a state of consciousness in which one can perceive true nature, live in peace, and share that peace with the world. These teachings are not just a promise for the afterlife. They are a call to experience them in the present. Applying these lessons in daily life can transform how we relate to others, how we live, and how we see the world. So, take a moment to reflect. How do these teachings of Jesus resonate with your own spiritual journey? Do they challenge your views on what it means to live a full and meaningful life? Share your reflections in the comments, and let's continue this journey together. For those who wish to explore more profound ideas like these, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Remember, the journey to discovering the divine begins within, and each step taken toward understanding and compassion brings us closer to the peace that Jesus spoke of. Thank you for being part of this journey, and see you in the next video.